If you come on, great. You get to see me do this live. But I'm getting ready to cook this cabbage kale soup that has been making all my family who's been sick feel better. I'm at my daughter's house because I didn't get a chance to do it at home, so I figured I'd do it here. But I kind of got all of them settled. I got the twins settled at least. They're the main ones. Jackson and Labby are still running around playing, so if you hear any noise in the background, it's them. And if I walk away from the camera for a second, I'm going to see about them. I say I have one person on. Welcome to my channel. Demetria. Hey, girl. I'm getting ready to make this soup. Yes, I am. I'm getting ready. Bobby Bristol. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. That's a new name. Welcome to my channel. I'm getting ready to make cabbage kale soup. That's absolutely delicious. I've begun some things. I've done a lot of prepping so I can make it as quick as possible. I have shared this live to Twitter. I have shared it to Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, welcome to my channel. If you're on Twitter, welcome to my channel. Yes, the healing soup that tastes great. So this isn't my Eden rainbow soup. It's close to it, but it's just basically cabbage and kale with a few little extra ingredients in it. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to get the camera off my face right now. And every now and then I got to go and check on those little Jones children to make sure, they ain't tearing up nothing. So I'm in my daughter's kitchen. So that's why it looks a little different than my kitchen. As you can see, both of us like red accessories. But her kitchen is a little different from mine. She has probably a lot more space in her kitchen than I have in mine. Okay, so that's Hezekiah. Hold your mute for just a second. What's wrong, Hezzy? What's the matter? Okay? Okay. You all right? Okay. Hold on. You okay? Okay. Grandma will be right back. Absolutely. Oh, praise God. Okay, you come on this way. Yeah, finish potty. Come back, Labby. I'm trying to do a live. Okay, y'all gotta see this. Y'all gotta see Papa. Look who just showed up. The two upstairs in the crib. So y'all see Papa. Come on in. Come on in, Papa. Papa has saved the day. You want me to look the garage down?
No, I need to go back out there for that tire.
Okay. All right. Okay, praise God. So who else? Who do I have on here? Okay, so I got, he said he'll be talking with you. Vernell, hi Vernell. And Bobby. Bobby, thank you for joining us. So I want to go ahead. Okay, now Hezekiah is going to really scream because he hears his granddaddy. He knows he's here. They know his voice. So, okay, so Daddy, I have to tell you, Jackson kept telling me, he said, is Grandpa coming? And I said, I don't think so, Jackson. And he said, I think he's coming. And I said, well, he didn't tell me he was coming. He said, I think he's coming. That little boy got ESP. Okay, I've got to bring out all of my fresh vegetables that go into this wonderful soup. For you, especially when you're not feeling well. When you're not feeling well. So
What is it, Jay?
fresh kale. Fresh kale in here. Not going to be using all of that. I've got here fresh kale in here. Not going to be using all of that. I've got here fresh Italian flat leaf parsley, Julian organic carrots. I have here some multicolor bell peppers. So we've got red, got yellow, and we've got orange. Okay. Got those. I have, of course, celery. You gotta have some celery. Got my big old head of cabbage. Y'all hear Hezekiah? In this container, I have my onion, my garlic, my purple garlic. So purple garlic, it comes, the hull on it is purple, but of course it's larger in size. And so I've got my purple garlic. I've got some green scallions. Don't know if I'll be using those. If I do, it's maybe for a garnish. But I've got my 1.5 white onion. And then I have fresh basil, which will be going in there, and fresh oregano. Now, oregano, it's been said that oregano, within 15 minutes, if you eat it, and I toss it in my salad in a minute. If you eat it within 15 minutes, it begins to work on any foreign substances in your body, such as viruses. Fresh oregano, y'all. So got that. I got some other seasonings here that I brought. Some baharat spice blend, garlic and onion spice blend, Greek seasoning. And of course, this is what I'm going to sweat my vegetables in, this Louisiana safflower oil. With my daughter, she has some, can't reach it. You can tell it's tall folk in this house. She does have some pink salt here. And I'm trying to think if she has some black pepper. Does she have any black pepper? She should have some black pepper. Here we go. Black pepper. Yay. Okay, so let me tell you what I've already done. So I made my own stock. If you look in here, in this stock. So I have cooked and boiled celery, red peppers, onions, kale stalks, parsley stalks. So when I chop up my vegetables, I don't ever throw everything away. I rinse and clean all of it. And the portion that I don't want to go in whatever I'm making, I use it to make stock. And this vegetable stock smells wonderful and it's going to be perfect for this soup. Okay, so I've already made my own stock. What'd you say, Labby? Yes, you got the string. Are you playing with Pop Pop? Your number one fan? Number one fan. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sweat my celery and my onion. So I'm going to go ahead and chop some of that up. Take one of my daughter's knives here. And all of this. What did you say, baby? Pop, pop. Larry says, shh, pop, pop. Okay, so if you see the size pot of soup I'm making, I don't have to use as much as I normally use when I'm making a big batch of this stuff. I'm just making it for my daughter and her husband. So I'll probably end up using 1, 2, or 3 stalks of celery, thin slice. And I'm thin slicing it right now. While I'm doing this one here, you're going to go ahead and begin to heat that pot up like that. And then I'm going to... Daddy, they playing with you. They sneak. They over here. Are you all finna tie your granddaddy up? They over here telling each other to be quiet. Are you all finna tie your granddaddy up? Don't tie your granddaddy up with that string. Don't tie up Pop Pop. I'm gonna come around that corner, but he is gonna be looking forward to the soup when he gets home. I gave him one of my uh, uh, Southwest bowls with the mango tomato salsa, with the mango tomato salsa, the cauliflower rice, the pinto beans, and the fresh cut corn off the cob. So that's what he had going to work. Okay, so here's my celery. All right, I think that's plenty of celery right there. And then I'm going to chop up my onion. And I'm assuming you guys can see what I'm doing, but let me make sure. I'm going to tilt it just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So there's half of an onion. I think one onion may do it. I had prepared 1.5 medium-sized white onions, but I'm thinking for the size batch that I'm making that one medium-sized onion, and that's about 2 stalks of thin sliced celery. Okay, and so now I'm going to put that in this pan right here and let that begin to sweat. While that's beginning to sweat, I'm going to go ahead and drain the vegetables off of this stock. And I just want you to see the wonderful stock that I've created in here. But I want you to also see the vegetables I use to make this awesome stock. And when I put the vegetables in, I do add. Okay, but look at the veggies. So this is the veggies that I use to make my stock. So you got onions, you got peppers, you got celery, you got kale stalks, you have parsley stalks in here. And it makes a wonderful, wonderful vegetable stock. So it's a shame I'm gonna have to just pitch these, but I have literally boiled all the flavor out of them. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this pot and I'm gonna pour this stock right back in the pot, because that's where I'm going to be putting. Look at that. Well, look at that wonderful, rich colored vegetable stock. Okay. I may have to add a little bit more water, but this stock is going to be my base. All right, so the onions and the celery are getting, if you will, and I just gently pull the leaves right off the stem, just like that. Okay? All right, and then I'm going to take my basil. Look at these beautiful basil leaves. Gorgeous, look at that. So I'm going to take 1, 2, I'll take 3 large basil leaves. I'll close the rest of this up. Put all that in there. Back over this way. And I'm going to I'm going to chop it up as fine as I can. And this particular herb is what I'll add at the end. So I'll add this along with, so I chopped it one way, I'm going to chop it another. Okay, all these ingredients are very key for this delicious soup. So along with that, the last bits of herbs that I add are going to be the parsley, the oregano, and the basil. So after I get everything in the pot and it simmer for a little while, then I add these fresh herbs into the soup. Okay, so I'm going to pull the leaves off of here. Is the best. Okay, so put this over there. So we're going to chop up this parsley as fine as I can. I love to cook in my daughter's house, especially when I'm cooking for her. So when she comes home, she can smell the aroma of the food that she's getting ready to eat. Okay. All right. So there are all my fresh herbs. Okay. Those are the things I'm going to be putting in last. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So let me turn this fire down just a little bit. So they're becoming translucent just a little bit, the onion and the celery. I'm going to put that back over here and let it simmer some more. And then I'm going to throw a few of these peppers in there with it. So I've got a little bit of yellow pepper, some orange pepper, and some red pepper. Okay? Got a little bit of all. We're going to add that to the vegetables that are sweating right now. Oh, the twins are down. Grandpa couldn't stand them to be up there. He brought them down. Just like a grandpa. So I'm going to cut them up over here in the pan along with the onions. Uh-oh, somebody upset.
See that? You made him mad.
He always making it mad. I'm going to tell you what, God is so good because Grandpa showed up at the right time. Because they were just getting ready to turn up on me. Like, Grandma, no, you ain't finna do no live up in here today. No, you just gonna be Grandma today. I said, boy, he said, he's here. With this mixture right here. We're going to let that simmer for a minute. And then to that, I'm going to do these 2 large toes of purple garlic. So I'm just going to cut them up a little bit and slice them as thin as I can. And I still have a little, still have a little garlic still. Pull it off. Yeah, we just had a little bit of. There we go. Get the rest of that garlic skin off of there. It was kind of. So I'm going to break open the flavor of this garlic by just, cooking it a little bit. Think about garlic, you don't want to burn it, but by adding a little heat to it, flavor of it before you add it into your soup. So there's my garlic. Let that simmer for just a little while longer. All right, next I'm going to go ahead and cut up this beautiful cabbage. Slide this over this way. Got this beautiful cabbage. And I'm going to cut it in little squares. Sometimes I slice it, but this time I'm going to cut it in little squares. So you see that? So that's some right. Because I got to have room for all the other ingredients in this small pot of all right, so Daddy, that's the string you brought him from the school. I didn't know if you recognize it. Look at this wonderful array of colors that's going to go in this cabbage kale soup. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here like this, and I'm going to move this pot over to the fire right here. Okay? And while this get ready to come to a boil, I'm going to go ahead and chop up some of this kale as well. So this kale is absolutely gorgeous and fresh and beautiful. And yes, I'm eating. So I do like a coarse chop on the kale. I just bunch some up and then I slice it like that. Okay? So as I cut it up, I'm going to go ahead and just put it in there like that. I got a few more pieces here that I want to just cut up. I'm going to put it right in there. And we're going to let that start cooking. Like so, like that. Look at that. I'm going to turn this up to high. I'm going to add a bottle of Ice Mountain moisture in mine. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and plop some of this cabbage in there. I think about 2 handfuls ought to be plenty. All right, and then I'm going to add some of these julienne. I would have my rainbow carrots. I would slice those. I would sweat those a little bit and then add them. But these are the julienne ones, so I don't have to sweat them. I don't have to add a whole lot. I just want to add a little more color, a little more texture. So I'm going to do just a handful. Just a handful. Okay. Stir that down in there. Like so, like that. Oh, this is looking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
What's that? Sausage? Hey, where did that sausage come from?
I gave it to this. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt right now. For this pot, anyway. Okay, I believe this pot, anyway. Okay, I believe that was a teaspoon. I'm doing this by the spirit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper. That may have been not even a half a teaspoon. This Greek seasoning, I'm going to do about a teaspoon. Like I said, this is a smaller pot. And then this garlic onion gourmet seasoning, about a teaspoon. So I'm going to add some of that as well. All right, and then I'm going to stir. This is looking amazing. Absolutely amazing. So as that comes to a boil, I'm going to put the rest of the stuff away. And then I will add the parsley, the oregano, and the basil once it's and this extra cabbage I'm going to throw back in here with this head of cabbage. And just like that. All right, and then close up all this other stuff. So I pre-washed everything so that when I get ready to make it again, it won't be quite as difficult because I will have already prepped some things. All right, so this is getting ready to come to a boil.
All right, she's eating.
Put this over here. This is going to be just wonderful. So it's a delicious soup. I think the most difficult part is just prepping, getting everything cut up and ready to be cooked. But other than that, It's not very difficult at all. I just want you to, okay, so this is it's going to continue to simmer here for a little while. Let me go ahead and get a lid. Is this the right size lid? Yeah. So I want to taste the broth right now. Just see where we are in terms of taste. We are in a good place. We are in a good place. I probably will need to add just a little bit more salt. What's wrong with baby?
She's eating, and I'm trying to get her to sit still.
Oh. Okay, now that it's starting to come to a boil, I'm going to sprinkle on top the fresh herbs, which is parsley, oregano, and basil. This is what's gonna make this. I won't just mix it all up like that. And I love this wonderful soup.
No.
Stir it in there. That is looking amazing.
Jackson, I'm gonna get you.
No, I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you.
You ain't gonna get Grandpa.
I'm getting
How you gonna get Papa? So it's boiling. It's coming to a boil here. I'm gonna turn it down. I'm gonna bring the camera over here so you can kind of see inside this pot what it looks like. Okay, here it is. This is that wonderful cabbage soup. See that? Okay. I'm just going to continue to let that simmer. And of course, after it simmers for a while, it's going to be the bomb. It's going to be the bomb.com. So I see I got a couple of you still on here watching. I got one thumbs up. Thank you for that. Vernell. What do you say, Vernell? You know how it is, grandparents say. The girl, yes, they do. And, okay. And Bobby Bristol. So that is pretty much how I make this soup. And the secret is just allowing it to simmer and cook. Just allow it to simmer and cook. And it will be absolutely wonderful. So, this live, Cooking with Bev, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you on the next live. Bye-bye.